Okay, here's my next project. I'm gonna try to refurbish this bench. It is not very expensive, but I'd like it to look a little better. The wood is kind of dried out. I think I'm just gonna sand the wood a little bit and stain it and put some finish on it. I'm not gonna replace it. The metal had a thin coat of paint on it. I'm gonna repaint it with Rust-Oleum multiple colors. I've already started working on it. You can see some of these edges here. The casting was not cleaned off very good. There's a lot of rough edges that I've been filing down and just using a file that's rounded on one side and flat on the other. It's kind of rough or coarse, and then a wire brush to clean it off. And it's a little bit rusted, but not bad. Once I get it painted, it'll look better, and it won't rust. So I'll show you some of the steps. I'm not gonna bore you with showing the entire process because it's gonna take way too long. I've already been working on this probably an hour and a half just in the little bit I've done. Okay, I finished all the filing. I've probably spent, maybe 2.5 hours filing all the rough edges. So the next thing I think I'm going to do is wire brush the whole thing, at least the parts I can get to, then I'll start to disassemble it. Okay, I'm starting to disassemble this. I've wire brushed the back, but I can't wire brush everything until it's all fully disassembled. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off these slats. I've already started to remove this one. They're connected at both ends, and in the center there's a strap. There's two straps underneath that keep them spaced correctly. So here's the two straps. There's a bolt at each end. And the straps just have wood screws going through the holes that were pre-drilled in those straps. I'm going to end up refinishing this wood anyway, so it's got to come off so I can sand it. Since it's weathered and grayed, I'm just going to put some stain on it. Okay, I've taken a couple of slats off. I decided to remove the rest of them as units, so I've gone ahead and removed the bolts. So all I have to do now is disassemble these two side units from the back, and it's just connected with 4 bolts, and then I can start painting this back because it's ready to go. And I'm going to put a coat of black paint on it to begin with. And then I'm going to add some other colors for the details later. Okay, I'm getting ready to start painting the back of this. That's what I'm going to start with first. And I'm using this brush-on Rust-Oleum. I really like this paint. It takes a long time to dry, but it levels really nice and it protects pretty good. It takes quite a long time to dry. Like I said, if it dries overnight, it'll still be a little bit soft, but it covers real nice. And I end up normally putting a couple coats on. Like I say, it dries real slow, so it kind of levels itself out, so you don't have the brush strokes left when it's all done. So anyway, I'll go ahead and do some more painting and then come back. Okay, I've got a coat of paint on the back of the back section. I still have to do those 2 ends. So while that back is drying a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and wire brush those in so I can start painting them. While I'm wire brushing them, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on the paint. And here's something I do every once in a while if I want to reuse the paintbrush quickly later on. I'll go ahead and put it in a plastic bag so it won't dry out. And just put the lid on here. That way it'll give me some working time while I brush these off to start painting them. That only took a couple minutes to wire brush those 2 end pieces, so I'm ready to start painting again. So I'll go ahead and paint that side of it, that's the inside part of it, with black again, and then once that's done, I'll flip the pieces around and start on the other side. I just finished with the left side there. Now, well, that's one side of it, the first side. The right side I'll start here in just a minute. One side is done. I'm ready to flip it over and paint the other side now. Well, as you can see, it's almost dark. I just finished up on the second side, and I'm calling it quits for the night.